What is this video? I don't even know yet. I have a few different videos I'm trying to smash out today. I guess I can show some more skirts that I made. I want to try and make a bunch of videos today, or what I can make before my tiredness takes over, which will probably be just a few, but my ex is taking his camera back. I know I talked about this a while ago, that it was a potential possibility at some point. I thought just maybe he'd let me keep it, but no, he's moving like a few hours away with his new girlfriend. That situation. I have a lot of thoughts about him dating someone 12 years younger than him and all that fun stuff, but it's not so much like age gap doesn't really like mean much later. It's just the fact she's like 20 and he's 32, and it's just like a situation where it seems like he just wants someone to like look up to him, and he's got a little narcissism issue, and like it's easier to manipulate someone younger. He get mad at me because I wasn't buying into his bullshit, and that was a lot of reasons that stuff kind of went to shit. But yeah, anyway, skirts, because we're still at it. I have been, see, I keep thinking I should have purged all that. Ugh, see, I can't speak. I should have kept track of all the stuff I was purging, man. Like, I have bags of stuff in my car right now, just full. My apartment complex is supposed to have a garage sale in, a week. Well, 8 days, a week and a day. It's not, so we'll see how that goes. I'm just gonna try and sell. Most of it's closed. I'm just gonna try to sell it for like 50 cents too. There's maybe like one bag of stuff that I would have of things that I would try to sell for $1. You know, some Halloween costumes, some nice dresses, and some suit jackets. Outside of that, anything else I'm just gonna try for 50 cents a piece. And just see if I can make some little laundromat money, you know, to cover my laundromat for a little bit. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, oh yeah, my point of even mentioning that is I was just going through my stuff and purging. I got rid of some fabric where I was like, am I gonna use this? Probably not. So I had a bunch that I donated, like, you know, scraps or stuff somebody could use for quilting or other projects. I just like weighing things and just like, meh, don't care about this. I still have plenty of fabric that I'm still going through. That I feel like I thought I was almost done, and then when I went through a whole new section of stuff, I was like, oh, we had much more fabric than I thought. But it's not like my job's going anywhere, and I mean, still been in the control room most of the time. I mean, some nights I'm not. But yeah, it's been interesting. It's not my rat's running around. I gave him some almonds and he's been running back and forth. He likes to, I give him the shelled nuts because it helps him with his chewing, and I put him on the top so he runs back and forth because he doesn't really like using his wheels, so he's just like run down, run up with a little almond, like carrying a little almond. So this damn thing is still alive. I'm like, okay, I don't mean to say that in like a weird way. I love rats, but I got 2 rats. I named them Spaghetti and Meatballs because I thought it was really cute. Spaghetti died. Spaghetti died in a month. It was sad because he seemed like the sweeter one. This one's an asshole. This one, I've tried hand training. I've tried doing everything to try and train this one. The only thing I've ever been able to get him to do is he comes up to the edge of the cage when I come up to the cage, but you can't stick your hand anywhere near him because he bites. He just bites all the time. Tried so many different ways to approach this thing. He was aggressive from the get. So I think part of it was just he was older than I thought he was. Or maybe both of them were older than I thought they were. I don't know. It's so common for these rodents to die. But the other one I was actually making progress with. And I thought when it passed away, I was like, oh, they're probably both gonna die real soon. No, this little fucker. He's aggressive and he just keeps going. I mean, he's mildly entertaining. But I kind of wanted like a buddy I could put up on my shoulder and stuff. Still taking care of him. He's spoiled. Even though he's bitch. Anyway, me getting distracted as per usual. Skirt. Vintage fabric that I found that I made into a skirt. I think it was originally like some kind of drapes or something. I don't remember because it was already partially torn apart. Then this like skeleton fabric that's like from Joann's. And these little cats also from Joann's. Those are little shorter skirts. Some more Halloween fabric. It's just got some like and bats. This is all that clearance Halloween fabric I got last year. You know, getting around to it. This is just some basic. It's got some little design. I remember getting this fabric for like $3 a yard. Same with this one. It's just like this basic, it was like a quilting fabric, but like, I don't know, thought it made a cute skirt. This was a vintage skirt that was really long, but it was also like super, super, super tiny. And like a long ass pencil skirt. So I deconstructed it and totally revamped it. So the only thing I don't like is I repurposed the waistband area. It's probably gonna be a little, like, part of it's scratchy, part of it's kind of silky. It's a little bulky for the waistband I have in there, but like I made it a little more reasonable. I'm very, well, I'm not gonna say very short. I have a few people that I know are shorter than me, but I'm 5'3". I'm pretty typically short. So a long, skinny person pencil skirt wasn't really gonna work for me, and the skirt was already partially destroyed. I think it was like a, I want to say 60s, based on the tags and stuff that was in it. It was pretty butchered, and because I think it was already torn up pretty good whenever I found it in the Goodwill pound store. I got that a while ago, but I still have a little bit of the fabric left. Not sure what I'm gonna do with it. I might, I don't know. Who knows? Kitties. And lastly, some more thrifted fabric. I remember when I found this. This one's very satiny, and it was a pain in the butt. Because, you know, if you've ever sewn, that satin fabric likes to skip. The needle likes to skip. I should probably replace my needle. I think I've made a fair amount of skirts with that one. It'll probably make my life a little easier. Other life update stuff. My job is actually hiring people, which is just shocking. They hired 2 people in the last week. Yeah. And it seems to be going fine. Not a situation where people are quitting right away. Or getting fired. Oh, and that reminds me, they tried hiring someone else, or like having someone transfer from another location. Oh god, I hope they don't bring this guy back, but I'm pretty sure the store, why did I say store manager? The general manager, the captain, I work security, I call him captain. The captain, I'm pretty sure she said she didn't want this dude back anyway. So they pulled this other security guard over to our location for like, I I got to see him the one night because this next night he came in. Okay. The next, he came in, he only really worked one shift. He came in for a second shift, didn't have his county license. And they're like, well, you can't be in here without your license. Like, they're really strict about that, even though, like, I noticed one shift I forgot my license at home. But, you know. Oh, whoa, okay. I didn't realize it till I was already working, but nobody sees me anyway. It's because I switched my shirts out and I forgot to grab my license out of the bathroom when I did that. But if they notice, they're gonna be strict about it. I just wasn't really around people that night, so nobody saw that I didn't have it on me. The only way I would have really got in trouble is if the company would have come out and done one of their inspections, which they do like once a month. Which I'm always like trying to keep my eye out for, like, you know, surprises. Because, you know, they like to sneak up on you. Anyway, so they asked him if he had his county license. He was like, he was kind of dodging it, and he was just kind of like, no. They're like, well, you can't work out here with it. They're like, you could go and get it, and he was just kind of went, no. And they're like, well, you can't be here without it. And also, like, he didn't even have the right uniform. Like, he had a, like, brown uniform, which I don't even know. I didn't even know they had a brown uniform. Which was the other part of the, like, they let him work the first night with that. Which I thought, like, I didn't think we were supposed to be here with different uniforms. But they let him slide. I guess because he was pulled from another location or something. But what I find confusing about this guy was that, so this guy has a history. And everyone's like, I thought they ran background checks. I guess they don't mean shit. And I was like, well, yeah, that wouldn't necessarily surprise me because I heard another competitor of my security company, somebody who was in my classes, was like, oh my god, I was surprised I got this job. She's like, I thought when they did my background check that they were gonna deny me. And I was like, well, what would they deny you on? She's like, well, I had an assaulting an officer when I was in Texas. She's like, I moved up here from Texas like right after it happened, but I guess it didn't matter. And I was like, well, I guess they only really checked for a felony. I was like, it wasn't a felony? She goes, no, it was a misdemeanor. It's like I punched them in the arm or something. I was like, oh lord. Alright. So, yeah. No, this guy, I asked him, well, like, background check. I said, well, they don't really care about the misdemeanors so much. He goes, no, this guy has a felony. He has, like, a couple old, like, rape charges. I was like, okay. And he said, yeah, I'm not really supposed to say nothing about that. He's like, but my wife's been having to work with the guy and she hasn't been too comfortable. Because I was told this before I met the dude. Next night, I literally had like a 10-second, maybe 15-second interaction with the dude, but it was just weird. Even from the thing, he just gave me creep vibes. I was like, what the heck? But I was told a different name. I was told the guy's name was Steven. And it was like you know how some people like go by multiple names. It was one of those situations. So he introduced himself as Bill, and I was like, this dude is weird. And then my supervisor said that was the guy, and I was like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, he gave me some weirdo vibes. He goes, yeah, people ain't too happy with him already. This guy's a drunk, and he's talking about, keeps bringing up religion and politics and pissing everybody else off here. And I was like, oh, that's not gonna go over too swimmingly. And apparently, he had talked to the captain about the situation, because she wanted a report on it, and he told her everything that happened. She goes, yeah, he's not allowed back here. I don't want him working here. I was like, thank fucking God. But I think one of our other supervisors is still afraid that he's gonna get transferred over there, like the main company is like gonna go over her head. I was like, can't come in with the right uniform. You don't have your fucking license with you. You didn't go back to get your license on the second day. So you're basically abandoning your shift too. Fucking Creepville. I don't think you should be in the job if you got a felony rape charge. Or felony charges. I don't know. Like, I thought they checked for that stuff. I just, and he's a known alcoholic, like, which, you know, if it's a known thing, it means he's probably come to one of his sites drunk. Because there are some guards that do that at other sites, and it's an issue. But, the company will, you know, because they have such a hard time holding on to people, so you get some real, interesting characters. And, yeah. It's not like security, like, okay. I don't want to say, like, oh, it's an easy job. My job's easy. There are plenty of sites that are easy. There's sites that are difficult. There's sites that are fucking insane. I guess it really depends on what type of security you're doing. But, like, when you're in a position like mine that's easy enough, like, it's fucking easy. You have a few responsibilities, and, like, unless you're just completely lazy and incompetent, like, you should, show just extreme excellence. Like, I get a lot of praise for doing my job. Like, I'm like, but it's easy. I was like, it's a little too easy to impress people here. And they're like, well, unfortunately, this is what one of our recent retirees who just loved the shit out of me and was singing my praises all the time, but he, before he left, he would say, I was like, it must be really easy to impress people. He's like, well, he's like, unfortunately, a lot of people don't do the basic things. And I was like, that's just sad. He goes, yeah, but also you're friendly with people, you talk to them, and you do a good job, and I never had to worry about you. And I was like, yeah. I was like, well, I don't want anyone ever breathing down my back, so I don't know. I've been at so many jobs where it's like, I appreciate the people that just let me do my fucking job. Just let me do it. Because you know what? I'll get shit done. I'll get done right, or mostly right. Like, okay, maybe there's some oversight sometimes, especially with my shitty sleep and like this and that. Not my current job so much, the oversight's a lot less. Occasionally I might miss something on the camera because I'm like a little tired. Like, you can see the bags, like she hasn't been sleeping very well, but my eyes are pretty dark actually. My sleep the last couple weeks in particular has been not that great, so, but yeah. Oh, but I got on about that dude. So yeah, luckily that dude is gone, even though my one coworker is paranoid he's still gonna be there. She's an interesting character, actually. I mean, I like her, but then also, like, sometimes you just gotta be like, oh, come on, girl. Just shh. But you can't tell her chill, you can't tell her to calm down. She's one of those people who get mad and, like, insulted if you tell her to chill or calm down. So, like, I know how to talk to her, and a lot of times I've been the person to, like, help calm her down, because she's very, very anxious. Very anxious. And, like, I know how to deal with anxious people, especially, like, she just has this weird thing, and I've kind of, like, decoded how to talk to her in a way. So I've had to diffuse situations with her multiple times. She can be very sweet, but there's definitely a lot going on I'm not gonna get into her biz, because, you know, that's her shit. But yeah, like the girl, she's very professional most of the time, but I don't know how the words there. Just like, I think sometimes she gets just a little too in her head, and then she starts just like spewing everything out, and that can come off as unprofessional when she does it to people who are other contractors or people who work for the company. And I've seen people kind of like give her this look like, and I'm pretty sure she's, oh wait, she told me she was autistic, because I kind of pinned that in the beginning where I was like, she might be on the spectrum, and then she said she was later, so like I'm not surprised. But like also, like, I've always tried to give the gentle nudge for therapy, like giving her like numbers for like sliding fee places and all that. It's just like, girl, just, you gotta find somebody. But, you know, I kind of went on a while about that. Oh, I don't even know why I got on the work subject, because so I got new people. I like how that turned into like a 10-minute fucking, like, I can't concentrate on shit, so I'm just bouncing around. Yeah. Oh, I'm getting a raise next month. I don't know the exact amount, but I know bare minimum it's gonna be at least $1.50 more an hour, up to $3 an hour. So that's pretty cool. And I'll get my 1-year vacation check. So that's like whatever paycheck lands in the August 21st, because that was when I first started working there. Now I don't know if they're gonna do that higher date, because that's when I actually started working, or if they're gonna count when I did my training. Still, I think that's like in the same week, unless they're gonna count when I actually got my application accepted. Either way, it's only a difference of like 1 pay period, because I get paid bi-weekly. But I'm pretty hyped. What I wasn't so hyped about was last week. I was pretty fucking pissed actually, and I'm still kind of mad about it, but not a whole lot I can fucking do about it. So I have cards that I put in debt consolidation. I think I mentioned that I was doing debt consolidation before, but I had a couple cards that had like lower available balance, but I was paying them off every month. I was using them for basic shit and paying them off every month, and you know, a few things here and there, but they were getting paid off every month. There were 2 of my Chase cards that I had. One of my Chase cards I had in my debt consolidation case, along with my American Express and my Discover card. And I've been working on getting medical debt into it. I just submitted one. I gotta scan a form over. It's a little bit of a headache when you don't have stuff at home. You gotta go scan stuff somewhere else, and blah 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 blah. Still gotta finish that up. So I'm in the process of submitting one of my medical debts, and I haven't got statements for other ones, and I don't know who to talk to, and I'm really bad. I have anxiety with phones, and so yeah. Anyway, after like 3 months of not making payments to Chase on the one card, I get a very unexpected go to my account to check my balances on my Chase cards when I see card closed on all 3 of my cards. I did not get warning. I did not get told that if I didn't make a payment on the one card that all 3 of my accounts would get closed. No, that's not what I was told at all. When you're in debt consolidation, you do not make payments on the cards in consolidation, because then you don't have leverage to consolidate with the company. So I freaked the fuck out. I really did. I've kind of calmed down since then, but that first night was really bad because I was just freaking out, like, what am I going to do in an emergency? Blah, 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 blah. Well, I've got to the point, I had to get my debit card, because I had to get a debit card because I had had one since 2009. It's been 10 years since I had a debit card. So I had to get a debit card. I'm a little paranoid about having a debit card, so I got this My Money mobile app on my phone. So it tells me every time a transaction's made. So if anything that were to come up on my debit, I could shut it off from that app. Because I'm real paranoid about people taking money from my account, because I've had friends have situations. Because what I like about credit cards is if someone gets your information, which has happened a few times, just, you know, it's gonna happen if you have credit cards long enough, the companies eat that and take it off your bill. If it happens with a debit card or like your bank information, good fucking luck. Like, maybe some banks do, and like you don't really have a lot of protections when it's your money. The bank isn't gonna give you your money back if someone steals it, unfortunately. I mean, unless you have special protections, which so my stepmom works at my bank. We got my debit card, and then I said, well, what about like if I'm in an emergency? What I do like about having a small bank is she's like, well, you can sign this thing to take the overdraft protection off your account. She's like, if you tried to overdraft, it would automatically deny. She's like, but if you take the protection off, she's like, you can go up to $500 over for only a $25 fee. I was like, oh, I didn't realize it was that cheap. She goes, yeah, but that's not something you can do all the time. I was like, no, I'm not talking about doing it all the time, but if I was in a situation and I needed to, that's good to know. If I was in a worse off situation where I need to get a lot of repairs done, my sister said she'd let me borrow one of her credit cards. So we kind of have something set up until they actually negotiate my consolidation style, and I don't have... Oh, this was the thing I hate about Chase. They made it seem like they were going to be able to do something for me. I got rounded about for like 30 minutes, and then there's like, I can't help you. You can reapply for a card. I'm thinking, you fucking dummies. I was like, you just closed on my fucking accounts. I said, now I have literally no credit to my name and all debt. Obviously, I'm not going to get fucking approved for a credit card. I'm going to get denied. I said to the dude, I was like, well, obviously I'm going to get denied because I have no credit to my name now. I said, do you have somebody in the department who would open a new card for me? And he goes, no, you have to do it online. I was like, well, obviously that's not going to work. I said, because obviously I'm going to get denied because you just closed all these accounts down and I literally have no credit to my name. So it's going to show all debt and no credit. He goes, I can't help you. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? So now I'm like, well, fuck them. I guess I'm just going to add the other cards with whatever was left. Like, maybe there's like a grand-ish that I was going to pay off on these cards that I pay off every month of like bills and stuff. I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. It can go on my consolidation. I don't fucking care anymore. I gotta hold on to whatever cash I have because I'm gonna be living off cash now, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. When I get my statements next month for those 2 cards, I'm gonna be like, fuck off. And we're just gonna, any debt is gonna go in the consolidation. We're living on a cash life until that shit gets settled. And I probably won't have a credit card for like over a year. And we're just gonna try and reestablish life. Because, you know, things have been fucked up. It might be good for me just to go about it that way and just, you know, I'll be making a little more money. I'm gonna try and save money. Trying to look at stocks and like other ways. That's still a lot. Anytime someone starts getting to like financial investments and stuff, or like when my boyfriend talks about Bitcoin, my head hurts. And like my brain has a hard time grasping that type of stuff. Like there's things I like glom onto, like anything psychology and that type of stuff, my brain like and then like someone talks about like lawyer stuff or financial. I'm just like investing, that type stuff. My brain just goes, I don't know. I'm trying to understand, but I don't know. I need something that like makes like a graph with like pictures and like, this is why this is, I have this thing with learning, like I need to be like, this is why this is this way, this is why this is this way, this is why we do things this way. Like I need to know like the in-between, and that's why I've had such a hard time in school before. Anyway, I've been going on way too long in this particular video. I kinda rambled, kind of life update, I don't know, but that's everything. Apparently I just disturbed my cat's nap and she is staring at me intensely. Anyway, subscribe if you want. I post random shit.